You know, a lot of people don't talk about cars having good hi-fi sound, but if one ever had a chance, I think it's probably this one.
Yeah.
And today, we're gonna tune it.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me the quick rundown. What do you have going on in this thing? Because I see speakers here, speakers there. It says made in France.
Yeah, those are blams.
So I see you have blams. I see you have these custom A-pillars in here.
Yeah, they're made out of popsicle sticks and Bondo.
Oh, that's what you want. That's always a good sign.
So there's those. Door speaker, also blam.
Okay.
Under the passenger footwell right there is a 10-inch sub from SB Acoustics. And then a JL10W6 V3 in the rear.
Nice.
The door speakers do 90 hertz to 300.
Okay.
Then the mids up here take over like 300 to 4,000, and then the tweeters send it from there.
That's pretty nice.
And then front sub only covers 50 to 90 hertz, and then the rear sub does all of like the really low stuff.
That is the loudest seagull I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, so speaking of that and sound treatment, you've probably done a lot of stuff in this vehicle with that, I imagine, like Dynamat, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, entire interior, like front seats, everything taken out.
Oh, really? So
Whole
you
thing
gutted
covered. Yeah, gutted the whole car.
Oh.
I didn't go like crazy because like I still want like performance. I don't want to add too much weight with like all of the stuff, but
You
like
didn't
it's
go
a lot.
crazy, you say, as you talk about ripping out the whole interior.
Do you want to see the rear?
All right, yeah, let's see what you got.
There we go. I know how to open the trunk. So in here, 4 amps. So this one right here is the rear speakers. The rear speakers are just stock, because who cares? That one in there handles this subwoofer and the doors and mid ranges. This one's for the tweeter because it has just a little bit less distortion than that one. And the front sub's right here. Plus the mini DSP.
I love the old Fosgate style stuff, and I like that they're still making things. I used to have a bunch of Fosgate gear around. I like how it's all routed too. Like, you took your time with this.
Sort of. The people always complain about my wiring and stuff, even though it's actually not sketchy.
That's better than mine. So this is what we'll be tapping into some of these guys today.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You can see all that treatment.
One thing that I do have that helps a lot is an Audison Beacon. It's a little Bluetooth module that goes directly into the DSP digitally.
This is going to cause us a lot of pain later. That's foreshadowing. It's a storytelling element.
So like it does connect with the like head unit here and stuff. But the head unit just likes not sounding the best. You know, it goes through VW's crap, and then they have an amp, and then that gets sent back, and it's a whole thing.
So you're technically right now the Bluetooth is bypassing your head unit?
Yeah.
Nice.
But like this is where we're at right now. And I'm getting a foot massage from the front sub right now.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that we are missing something in the upper mid-range.
We are, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's because the sub right now I have plus 5 dB because you can't do more in Dirac. So I think that where the sub and the midwoofer meet, you're losing a bit in there.
I think I'm missing something in like the 1 to 4K range also. It almost sounds like it's tuned for like 6 inches forward.
It could be. Like Dirac does weird stuff.
All things considered, Alex really did the hard work here. Thank God. This car is beautiful, and Dirac already did most of the tuning, but Dirac doesn't get you all the way there. We're gonna have to fine-tune things to really get it over the finish line. And that means diving in manually. So what I need to do now is we're gonna put the hats in here, which is SPL calibrated. We're gonna use it to determine the overall actual level. We'll run a regular sweep, then we'll take the hats out, bring in the free field microphone, and then start moving it around and doing noise patterns.
All right, sounds good.
Wicked. Okay, so this guy's got a bunch of extra wires. Don't mind those, and don't mind where I'm shoving them. We should blur this, maybe. Are you filming his hole? This is here for the sole purpose of putting this thing up on a stand. And when I'm doing microphone testing, this is on a C-stand out here in the driveway, probably 15 feet up in the air. This is a side segment, but you would think, why would you be testing things outside? Why would you not test it inside where it's quiet? Well, it's because out here, if you're up in the air, what is there to reflect off of? You're just in the void. I promise this won't damage your seats too badly.
That's fine.
So it's not quite precisely your listening position, but it should be good enough for us to get an overall level of how loud it is in the car. And that's really, really, really important. We want to test it around 75 decibels because cars are loud. And when you're driving down the road, the target range that we're tuning for is designed for road noise and all those other things.
Yeah, we now have power.
Fantastic. So we're good to go. I just need to play some noise, figure out how loud it is, and get it rolling. Don't take off on us. Okay, we're gonna play some noise. I don't hear any noise.
Yeah, I don't see any noise on the DSP.
Hey, turn on the radio in there. Now, this is where things went south. Room EQ Wizard, the software I was using, just could not connect. The Bluetooth interface in there could get music, it could get any other signal or file off my laptop, but Room just refused to make any sound. And we couldn't plug up to an analog input because it was buried in the dash. It was not in a convenient spot. We're not going to take apart Alex's dash just to play a test signal. So the solution? Getting Room to export the noise we need as a file and then playing that sound file separately and then using Room just with an input to measure it. Room caused me so many problems in this video that I actually started developing my own software so I wouldn't have to use it after this video was over. Isn't that fun? Okay, so we're playing noise through the car right now, and you'll notice the level, it doesn't look crazy high here. Look at, you got your exhaust note, and then you have all the harmonics of it, so second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. It's kind of neat. Right now, with just the car idling, we're sitting around 85-ish decibels. And most of that's just because of bass. It is loud being in a car when it's running. There's lots of vibrations. And that microphone, he's picking up all those vibrations. So now with the car off, we're sitting in the 50s. No more exhaust note. We can get this thing up to around 75 dB-ish. Swap microphones. I'm gonna sit in the back seat and move the other one around, and we'll figure out how she's measuring.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Oh, this guy has done his job for now. Just yeet him back out here in the driveway. Oh, good guy. And now we get to use this little microphone. Isn't that adorable?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
So in a car, obviously people sit at different heights. You might move around a little bit as you're checking your blind spots, doing all that stuff. And the sound changes with just a few inches of movement. The standard way to do this in a car is to have a grid of a bunch of microphones. We don't have a grid. So what we're going to do is the other method that some of the guys I've talked to at Harman recommend, which is where you take the microphone and while running noise, you move the microphone around the various listening positions and capture an average of all those positions.
Yeah, and sometimes just leave it in one spot. You'll have like a weird, funky like room peak or stuff, and then you move it like an inch and that just goes away.
Exactly, and doing all this averaging is gonna help us land on something that is more representative of your human experience inside the vehicle. I plugged that up to the wrong plug. This has to go over here. All right. Oh, what do we got? How's she looking?
It's looking strange.
Yeah, so this is just because I'm an idiot and I forgot to actually put on the compensation for the pink noise we were using. So, yeah. Okay. Now it's your turn.
Yay!
So, your goal is to move that around in the spot where your head's gonna be, as evenly as possible. How was that experience?
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah?
I've done it many times before, but normally at 85 dB, so you need hearing protection.
Oh yeah, so that's like a day in the spa in there, you know, nice and warm. Well, you'll be pleased to know she's looking a lot better now that we're using the right noise pattern.
That makes sense.
Yeah. We'll line this up with the target and see what it looks like there. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna say is let's try pulling in the mid-range just a little bit and then pulling the treble a little and just see how she sounds. Maybe we'll pull down the lower mids just a touch too, run another set of sweeps, and then play some music and see where we're at and see how you feel about it.
Sure.
Okay, we have Blaine on tech support. All right, we're gonna fix this, and we're gonna keep it going. I greatly appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon, and next time I'm down in Seattle in a few weeks, I'll try and buy you dinner or something. But thank you, by the way, Blaine, who's known as Mad Economist online, for actually helping me fix this and realizing that I'm an idiot. I called him and he said, "Hey, did you do this?" No. No, I did not. And now this means we can finally start fine-tuning it right after I tell you about today's sponsor. Cook Unity, the first chef-to-you meal delivery platform with over 300 meals and 13 dietary filters. And these chefs are not just anybody, they're Food Network alums, James Beard Award winners, and acclaimed restaurateurs. They have some delicious looking meals like shrimp and chorizo paella by Chef Jose Garces. Meals are delivered fully cooked and all you have to do is heat them up. Dinner's ready to go in just 2 minutes. No cleanup, no meal prep, no meal planning. If you just don't have time to pick meals from all their different options, they can pick things for you based off your preferences. This can actually be cheaper than groceries, especially if you're just shopping for one person. Start making delicious meals effortlessly. Go to cookunity.com/DMS50 and use code DMS50 to get 50% off your first order. Thank you to Cook Unity for sponsoring today's video. Blaine's great. So I met him, so I started my channel 10 years ago, and early on, someone tagged Blaine and said, "This guy's an idiot, fix him." And then Blaine bludgeoned me into being scientifically correct. He's been doing so over the last 10 years. Most of the things I learned are from him, and whenever I have a problem, I tend to go back to him and say, "Help."
Nice.
Yeah. So now we know what's wrong, and we can fix it. Yeah, so the EQ that you're using right now, this is through a mini DSP through Dirac, and it doesn't have an output EQ, so where is this in the chain?
At the end of the chain.
Oh, so it's kind of like the output. Oh, but
Yeah.
it's not a global output.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an
You're still
output.
doing per channels.
Yeah. I need to do it for every single one.
Only 10 more. That's pretty close. Okay, I think a small reduction between 1K and 1.8K, or maybe 1K to 2.2. We pulled that down, I think you'd be pretty much about dead on.
All right.
So do you want to do it with just a few peak filters, or do you want to pull that whole little bucket down?
You're the pro.
Oh, that's tough. Let's do 2 filters. We'll run it like this. We'll play back some music after we get this correction done, and then we'll do like a little bit of warm versus lean and figure out how we want that like upper bass.
Sure.
I think one more of these, and then we get to do some actual listening and see if you like it.
Sick.
That'll be fun.
I think we should also really listen to it and mute the drivers as pairs, just to see if like the vocals are dead center, like in the tweeters, in the mids, in the woofers.
Yeah, and we can play, there's some mono tracks we can use for that too, not just vocals.
Yeah.
So we can do like full mono across each one. That should give us a pretty good idea of what it's doing imaging wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty dang close. That looks pretty good.
That looks good.
Now so psychoacoustic smoothing is gonna be closer to how you hear it. So I pop that on there.
Yeah, that looks pretty peachy.
That's not bad at all. I think we should listen to it.
Yeah.
I do get a foot massage on this side. That's nice.
But sort of like the dryness of that kick is what the front subs really help with. And that isn't a particularly dry one, but like it wasn't possible at all before. Okay, yeah, the mids make a lot more sense now because before it was so much vocal.
Okay, so this is what we're looking at.
That's pretty freaking good.
That is pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, you definitely, I can tell you like bass. I know you turned it up a little bit past here, but other than that, she's pretty dead on. You can see where this range, we kind of pulled it back in from where it was at, because before it was right up in here. So it kind of filled in your sub bass some around 60 hertz and kind of pulled back this 200 hertz range. That's pretty sweet. So now we've got it all leveled out. I feel like the next step is like probably take her around the block and see what she sounds like actually in motion.
Sure. Oh, it sounds so good. Oh, the sound system and the exhaust and the intake.
They're all singing together.
Yeah. Oh man, thank you so much. This thing sounds freaking awesome.
Dude, I am glad to help. And you guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, like it down below, comment, let me know what you want to see in the future. If you don't know zip tie tuning, I would be surprised, but you should check out their channel because it is awesome. Catch you guys soon.